This is the CC Radio Podcast. Welcome to Comic Confidential, the weekly show where we discuss our favorite things from popular culture. My name is Kay.
And my name is Troy. Thanks for joining us. This week we're talking about our favorite movies that we know are crap, but we don't really care. We still love them anyway.
Oh, is there a lot of DC movies in your list?
No.
There's not one.
Actually, I'm not saying that I purposely left them out just to, just to not have to put any more shit on some of them, because I've been going pretty hard lately.
I think you could put like any movie from the last 20 reviews that we've done, mate.
Oh, pretty close. It's been a bad run. But the problem is crap movies that you love.
Oh yeah.
And I don't love any of them.
Not even The Predator.
Not even The Predator, strangely.
Really?
I really didn't love it.
That surprises me.
Does it surprise you?
Yeah, I might have to go back and listen to that episode because I'm sure you gave it some positive remarks.
Some glowing reviews.
Absolutely.
Would it surprise you if I told you that was my least favorite movie of last year?
It really would.
It shouldn't. Anyway, before we get right into that, there are a few things that you guys can help do to support the show.
And the first thing you can do is leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes. And you guys have been just killing it
Non-stop.
lately. Non-stop.
Which we love.
Yeah.
So, a couple of weeks ago we asked for Keep It Up. We got a couple saying Keep It Up. And I appreciate that. But I think we're gonna switch it up a bit now.
Okay.
And we've got to get something else.
Ooh.
What do we want this time?
I believe.
No.
Yeah, I believe.
Don't try to plug your other goddamn podcast on this podcast.
I believe.
That's for the end of the show.
Okay. What do you want them to say?
No, you can. Okay, fine. You can say I believe.
Okay.
And you can then go I believe. ... Whatever you want to believe.
Oh, I like that.
You know what?
Yeah.
So as long as you do that, we'll bloody well love it.
You know what? If anyone that does that, by the time the next episode's recorded, we'll read them out, hey?
Yeah, okay. Well, anytime, we'll do that from now on. Anytime we ask you guys to do something and you do it, we're going to read it out. It might take us a couple of weeks. Depends how, we're not going to read them all out.
Look,
it's not going to happen.
If we remember.
Oh, God. Have you been listening to this show for long enough? Do you know how many things we've said we'll do that we've just never done again?
Well.
Or just never done once?
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. It's we're a mess.
Yeah.
What's not a mess is Patreon, which is patreon.com/comicconpod.com. Oh, technically. Well, it is. It's a website.
Yeah, okay. Can you say it again? Because I couldn't even understand that.
It's patreon.com/comicconpod. There's no .com on the end.
But don't put .com in there twice. Because it won't work.
I don't know if you know this, Cade, but that's not how websites work.
Yeah.
You can't put .com in twice. It's patreon.com/comicconpod, where you can support the show and score yourself a whole bunch of bonus things and stuff.
We got different levels and you get different levels of perks.
That's how Patreon works, generally.
Indeed.
What's the other thing they can do?
And the other thing is they can join our listener community on Facebook. So simply search the Comic Confidential listener community, answer one question, and that's what is the name of the show. It proves you're not a robot. But if you are a robot, just let me know.
Yeah, just say, hey, I'm a robot, but I know your show's called Comic Confidential. Is that cool?
Yeah, I only want people to answer the question that way now.
We're already basically demanding that they leave us reviews saying certain things.
Yeah.
Now you're demanding that they pretend they're robots.
Yeah.
Or you just want actual robots to do it.
Yeah.
Both.
Both.
Both, please. Let's get into the main segment of the show, and that is our favorite crap movies. Now, Cade, I don't know if you know this about this week, but it was Valentine's Day week.
Yeah, it was. And we both forgot.
We 100% both.
Some would say, hey, are you guys recording on Valentine's Day?
And some might say yes. As we say this stuff right now, it is Valentine's Day. We are locked in a room. Our respective others are not with us. But in fairness, they also forgot.
That's right.
So more fool them.
Yeah, it's their fault.
It's basically their fault. But as the entire world spreads love to their husbands, wives, girlfriends, and boyfriends, and young kids finally pluck up the courage to talk to their crushes, and crazy cat ladies get a little bit more crazy about their cats, etc., etc.
Oh.
You know all the weird stuff that
Yeah,
happens.
I'm going to buy
Valentine's
you
Day.
the best scratch and poll.
Ooh, you're going to love it, Fluffy, and Whiskers, and Mittens, and Tim, and
Joe.
you know the best thing about like animals is giving them human names.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Is it?
It is. I would never have an animal.
James, come here.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Timothy.
That's so good.
You
Call
know
your
what I mean?
dog Timothy.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, while all that's happening, we also want to share some love too, and we're going to share some love, as I said at the top of the show, to some of the movies that we know are crap as, but we still love them anyway.
Yeah.
So
How do you want to do it? Because I've got like a pretty extended list.
so do I.
So should we just shotgun them off and laugh and love?
Shotgun them off and laugh and love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, pick your best.
Okay.
And we might, sort of get into it a little bit more. But we've both got some hefty lists.
Well, I have 10.
My God, that's probably the most you've ever bought to
I
this
know.
show. I also have quick count 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Just to outdo you, I have 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not a competition.
It's always a competition, pal. So why don't you kick us off, mate? What is your first favorite crap movie?
Oh, okay. Now, this one, it's probably my only comic book movie on here.
Oh,
Yeah, Batman and Robin.
you can't love this movie.
I love it because it's so bad. I love it because it's so cheesy. I love it because it's full of puns. I
Yeah.
love it that it was made to sell toys.
Yeah.
What is there not to love about this movie?
I got 2 words for you.
Would you
I
say
got 2
no?
words for you, Cade.
Yeah,
Bat nipples.
yeah. I love it twice as much. I love it for each nipple.
You know what I think would be funny? Maybe it wouldn't. It's just coming to me now. But imagine if Batman was running, but he was in that suit with the nipples.
And it
And
chafed.
he had, he had to put nipple tape over.
That's what it is. They're cupped. So the
So
nipples
there's
don't
space.
rub.
Well, it's actually probably the best bat suit there
Yeah,
ever was. Then
exactly.
it's the smartest, that's for sure.
Like-
nobody wants that nipple rub.
Yeah, exactly. So you all laugh, but that's practical.
Yeah. God, man, I'm not a fan of this movie.
Aren't you?
No.
Could you I probably couldn't walk past it and not watch it.
It's if I was
And
gonna,
you're the same, aren't you?
Well, if I was going to say that, it'd be because it's the whole train wreck effect.
Yeah.
And if you're driving past a car accident,
You're gonna
or a
look.
train wreck, you're going to look. You
Yeah.
don't want to look. You don't know what you're going to see.
Does that mean you kind of love it then, Troy?
Oh, God.
You do.
I have a morbid curiosity towards it. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But I will say this: Arnold Schwarzenegger is pretty great in this movie.
You mean
he hams it up?
You mean the genie from Aladdin?
I feel like he's the only one though that gets it. Like that
Yeah.
gets it's a joke,
Absolutely.
and he like hams it up.
I
big
want
time.
in the crazy world of the multiverse of the worlds of DC or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I want this to be the younger version of Batfleck. It's the only time we've seen non-screen Robin,
True.
like in a modern age, anyway.
Yeah.
So connect the dots, mate.
So wait. So you're trying to say that Batman and Robin's Chris O'Donnell, the Robin,
Yeah.
becomes Batfleck? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying George Clooney is the younger version of Batfleck.
He's older.
No, it doesn't matter, Troy.
This isn't some X-Men continuity. You can't just go making up timelines, mate.
Doesn't matter. Age is irrelevant when it comes to movies.
It's true.
But that Robin does get killed by the Joker and Harley Quinn. Like the suit is actually
No, it doesn't.
No.
No. Don't you dare say that suit looks like the suit that's in Batman vs.
Nah,
Superman.
it's the same.
Oh, you make me so angry sometimes. That's the most ridiculous Robin suit. All right, before we talk about this movie for the entire episode, I'm going to move us on. And I'm going to hit you, my friend, with my only comic book entry.
Yeah.
And that is Punisher Warzone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is a really violent one, isn't it?
It's the excessively violent one.
Yeah.
As you would expect a Punisher movie should be.
Also with the title of Warzone.
Yeah, like why not? It is completely over the top. It's very, very like comic booky graphic.
Yeah.
The jigsaw in it is insanely looking. but probably a hell of a lot better looking than the Jigsaw that we currently have in the Punisher TV series.
You mean the guy who like stacked his bike and has a couple of scratches?
Yeah. Basically, if you just put a Band-Aid over it, it'll be ready. Like it'll be fixed in a week. That was so disappointing.
I haven't even watched it yet.
But you obviously know what it looks like.
I've seen the pictures. It's like, oh, dude, that's like, you could still like be a model.
He's still a good-looking kid. And Harry is just like, oh my God, my life is ruined. Look what he did to me.
My cat attacked me.
I've got 4 cat scratches on my face. It's pretty bad. But with this one in particular, like it's not classically what you would class as a good movie. And it wasn't reviewed very well either. It was kind of panned. But this is easily my favorite Punisher movie. I know that's not saying much because there's only the Thomas Jane one and the Dolph Lundgren one previous. But this is, I really like this. I think it's the way a movie should be. I think Ray Stevenson is fantastic as the Punisher. What can I say?
Yeah.
It's good.
That's it.
There's a part where he blows up a guy doing parkour midway through doing parkour.
You deserve to die.
And you probably do.
Yeah, you deserve to blow up.
Unless you're in France, where it originated, and you just happen to be running and jumping off things, but not actually doing parkour. That's the only way you can get away with it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think the way parkour started is like someone was running, tripped, and accidentally saved themselves doing something cool.
Yeah, and they landed cool.
Yeah, and it's like, oh.
And someone's like, I don't even know how it works. But anyway, let's move on.
My next one is interesting because I don't think this will ever be on your radar for a movie that I would love. But then you probably would be like, yeah, of course it is, Cade.
Yeah, that sounds more like it.
It's a Will Smith movie.
Oh, can I have one guess?
One guess.
Is it Wild Wild West?
Wicked Wild Wild.
How did I know that this movie was going to make it on your list?
Yeah, because it's amazing, Troy.
Is it?
This movie had $170 million budget.
That's wild. Wild West.
That is wild money, my friend. This movie is legitimately insane. And this is the only Western movie that you'll ever get me to watch ever again.
Right.
This or maybe like Cowboys and Aliens. That was pretty good too.
No.
Yeah, I like that. But Wild Wild West, man, insanely good. And it was the first movie I ever watched on DVD.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it holds a special spot in my heart.
You would have been so excited about DVDs. And then that's what you watched.
Man, I remember I watched this. It was at a school camp.
Yeah.
And it was, the sound fucking made me shit my pants because it was so amazing. I was like, oh, damn.
DVD, baby.
DVD quality. My mind was legitimately blown.
Yeah. Okay. It still had a big giant robot spider.
Yeah, I liked it.
Like in the
Wild Wild
West.
Wiki Wild.
That doesn't make much sense. You know? I don't know, man. I feel like that was the start of the downfall of
Will Smith.
I feel even though he had plenty of good movies after that.
That was the start of it, like rising.
Actually, that might have been the end of the first slump. And then he went through this genius phase and then just... It's goddamn horrible.
Here's my son.
Here's my son. I can't do this anymore. I'm this goddamn horrific looking genie now.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly ask your point of view on the genie? What do you think? Do you like it? No? Aladdin. We've all seen it now.
I think when you see him moving, I don't know if that's finished because I swear the body's moving, but the face is...
Yeah, right?
Like the face doesn't match where the head's moving.
Yeah.
Like, and I've watched it 100 times because I'm like, are you just being a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's wrong. And then you see a still image and it's like, damn, that's perfect.
Wouldn't say perfect.
I love it.
But yeah, it's basically like they've just like cut Will Smith's face out and then just placed it on this thing.
Yeah, and the tracking wasn't perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Not a fan. You know what I am a fan of, though?
What?
Now, what I probably should have said at the start of this episode at some point, this episode could be very triggering.
Oh, okay.
Because there's some movies that might be called crap that people might love.
Oh.
And
I
this
guess
is
that's
going to be one of them.
That's opinion-based.
Well, it is opinion-based, but like it might be universally loved.
Oh, okay.
And I just think it's crap, but I still love it.
Ah,
Does
okay.
that make sense? I'm talking about Mortal Kombat. And that's where I want you to drop in the Mortal Kombat soundbite, where it just goes, Mortal Kombat. Which I know you're not going to do. So we'll just run with that.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah, sweet. And we're back.
Nice.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
This movie is crap, dude.
Yeah, no, the movie is crap. All I remember is Johnny Cage.
I love it so much.
Getting his $500 glasses broken by Machamp from Pokemon.
It's Goro, my friend.
Yeah, right.
Goro. I was going to say
just
the
like
same
he
thing.
didn't have a fucking Pokeball.
Well, it's funny that like I find it hilarious that this thing is not really humanoid at all.
No.
It has 4 arms, and yet Johnny Cage still knows that it's got nuts.
Yeah.
He knows that thing's got
it-
nuts.
Okay, I'm doing the math. 4
4
arms,
nuts.
4 nuts. 2 dicks.
Yeah, 2 dicks, 4 nuts. Yeah, he's definitely got 2 dicks, 4 nuts. That's why, like, you know, he
That's
could
why
have
it's in so
punched
much
his
pain.
thigh. There
Yeah.
would have been something there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Mortal Kombat, where French actor Christopher Lambert, or Lambert, depending on which part of France you're from, played the Japanese god Raiden, or whatever. Very, very well. But I will watch this movie, man. If this
Yeah.
movie is on TV,
Oh, yeah.
you know I'm watching this goddamn movie.
We should review it.
Should we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be so down for that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should do a double feature where we review Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation in one review.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And we'll call it Mortal Kombat Double Feature.
Okay.
I haven't thought of a name.
I think that works really well.
Yeah. But Mortal Kombat it's a movie I grew up on. I remember seeing it.
You grew up on it.
I grew up on it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the cinemas. I remember having
Wow.
to sit. I remember having to sit in the aisleway because there were no seats
You're
left.
kidding.
Yep. It was so packed, and they let us do it for some reason. I don't know why. We didn't get kicked out.
Fire regulations did not exist.
Hell no, not back then. Not in 1995, baby. And I watched it in the cinema, and it was like when I first saw it, I'm like, oh my God, this is
That's
the
the
best thing
best.
I've ever seen in my life. I've seen it fairly recently.
It's still the best thing you've
It's
ever
still the
seen.
best thing I've ever seen in my life, but it is terrible.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so Mortal Kombat holds a very special place in my heart. It's got some of the cheesiest dialogue you're ever going to see in a movie,
Yeah.
but I know it all.
There you go.
So, yeah, Mortal Kombat.
I like it.
Yep. What do you got?
Okay, my next one. Now, this is a movie that I fucking loved when I was a kid, and there was so much hype about it when it was coming out. Like, you know, when you're little and you're going shopping with your mum and dad, and like there's all the promos for shit.
Yeah.
like you see it on all the chips, all the drinks. There's like even the kids magazines have all the promo for the whatever movies coming out.
Yeah.
and this one was absolutely hammered at the time,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Toy Soldiers.
Godzilla.
Okay. Oh, Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Oh, man. You know the place I worked at whenever that came out? That's where they took us for the Christmas party. They took us all to see Godzilla in the cinema.
Wow. Yeah, because when it came out, this was like one of the first real big remakes of a big thing.
Yeah.
So
This thing was huge.
Yeah, it was a massive deal at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember it had Matthew Broderick in it, Inspector Gadget.
Yep.
And
You know the best thing about this movie?
there's still ones out there.
It's the Puff Daddy song.
Oh, yes.
And I think he might have been called Puff Daddy back then. I don't know.
Who knows? It's not
Who
P-
knows?
It
No
wasn't
one
P.
knows.
Diddy.
He didn't even know.
Yeah.
But that song was easily... That song is still played at football games around the country
And
to this day.
And I'm going to say, this also put Rage Against the Machine on the map.
Did it?
Yeah, because you know they're kind of like a niche band.
Yeah.
And I think they had the other hero track for this album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so between Puff Daddy and Rage Against the Machine, man,
Yeah.
the soundtrack was banging.
Oh, I can pretty much guarantee you that at some point I bought this CD.
Yeah.
Oh, you know I did.
Oh man, I might have to have a look at my Spotify and see if they've got this soundtrack.
What happened with this movie? Why was it so bad? Where did it all go wrong?
Because they changed the way Godzilla looked so much.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, they like redesigned it. Like this was a Hollywood version of Godzilla.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind it because, you know, it was something new. It was like a reimagining of Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that was what kind of ruined it, is people weren't ready for that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Godzilla is, this like little fat tiny, I say tiny, but like dinosaur
with like T-Rex arms.
Yeah,
and stuff.
with T-Rex arms and like spikes on his back. This thing had like nothing like that. It just looked like a fucking massive alligator.
Yeah, it was like a big lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I dug it. And it had thousands of little baby Godzillas.
Yeah.
And it was actually quite a small version of Godzilla in the whole scheme of things.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good movie.
I loved it.
I have not seen it for the longest time. Yeah.
And I remember it ended on the biggest cliffhanger that there was still one egg remaining down deep in the
and they're like,
New York subway.
You're getting a sequel, and then it made no money.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not. Puff Daddy was probably the only guy that made money off that whole thing, let's be honest. I'm going to go a bit more obscure.
Okay.
Right. So bear with me. But I feel like it's hard for me to have a list of favorite crap movies without mentioning the fat man himself,
Kevin Smith.
Steven Seagal.
Oh!
The other fat man.
Okay.
But he wasn't then. This is Hard to Kill. Now, let me just pitch this to you. Steven Seagal is a cop, but he used to be a CIA agent. What does that sound like? Every Steven Seagal movie. But in this one...
Wait, is he in Miami?
He's not in Miami. But he's in Chicago, I believe. But in this one, his name is Mason Storm.
Ooh.
Yeah. And he gets shot while these people are like killing his family. It's like a drug raid sort of whatever.
What's his family doing with all those drugs?
No, they don't have drugs.
Oh, okay.
But he's tied up in it, not because he's a bad guy, but because he's the good guy.
He's undercover?
No, he's not undercover. They're just like, they're killing him because he's the cop that's going to bring him down.
Oh, okay.
So they shoot him and they kill his whole family, and then he goes into a coma for 7 years, Cade.
Oh.
And he comes out.
This is getting amazing. Does he have
instantly
amnesia?
knows how to do martial arts
because of the
within
coma.
minutes of being out of the coma. It's like he already knew how to do it.
Yeah.
But after being bedridden for 7 years, this guy just gets up, he has a shave, he bangs this chick, and then he starts doing martial arts, and he goes back and seeks vengeance on them all.
Amazing.
It's the fucking best movie.
Hell yeah.
Hard to Kill. If you haven't seen it, probably don't. It's definitely a product of his time, and Steven Seagal's a fat piece of shit. But back then he wasn't, so,
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Hard to Kill. Get into it.
I like it. Very good.
What do you got?
I'm going to go to a comedy, Troy.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I've got 2 comedies on my list, and they both will not age well in the age of snowflakes.
Okay. Yeah.
First one, White Chicks.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because I'm making my way downtown.
Oh, that's,
He improv that.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Wow. Terry Crews is
my
amazing.
Dad. He's my dad.
He's my dad, too.
No, he's my dad.
He's my dad.
No.
He's big enough to be both our dads.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Yeah, what a good movie.
I love it. It's so not PC.
Well, isn't it? Like, do you think this could still be made now?
No.
You don't?
No, not at all.
Okay.
You can't like race swap, Troy.
Why not?
Because it's.
I know why you can't swap to some races, but I feel like it's okay for some races to swap to being white people.
Yeah,
that's still funny.
Troy, but they also swap genders.
Okay, that's not good.
Yeah. So,
okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, okay. I did forget about that.
Yeah. So it's easy to forget. Oh, okay. Yeah. Black guys become white guys.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, no, black guys become white chicks.
It's called white chicks.
That's why it's called White Chicks.
Yeah,
Troy.
I get it. I remember the premise of the movie now, Kate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the movie's hilarious. This is when like the Wayne brothers were in the prime. They recently came off like the big hype of Scary Movie and all that jazz, and they came into this and then they disappeared forever.
Well, did they?
I think they did.
I'm pretty sure some of the Wayans brothers were still kicking along. What's that one? The oldest one, Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans
was in Lethal Weapon, the TV series. Yeah,
he was the second choice and got picked because the other guy quit.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, well there you go. Not a good TV show anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I heard it's okay.
Look, if you can go into it not expecting, like, it's just these people are named after people that's from a movie. You know what I mean? If you can go in expecting that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. They shouldn't try to live up to Danny Glover and what's his name, Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, White Chicks is good. That scene, great. 1,000 Miles, still the best song that's ever been recorded ever.
Yeah, can you even think of that song without thinking of this movie? Specifically that scene.
The head shaking bit. That's like the bit that gets you. That's the bit that gets you every time.
Oh, it's so good.
But hey, you guys, 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton, go download it on YouTube. Give it some hits.
Yeah,
I want her to come back.
Yeah, it's great.
She's amazing.
I want a remix.
Absolutely. I'll take a remix if that's all I can get. Would you like my next choice, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, you know how at the start of the show, you gave me some shit for disliking The Predator?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I have another crap Predator movie that I really enjoy.
Oh, okay. Now, the Predator library is actually quite extensive.
Yes.
So we have Predator 2.
Correct.
Alien vs. Predator.
Yep.
Alien vs. Predator 2.
Yep.
I feel like there's one more.
Predators.
Yeah.
It's Predators, baby.
Okay.
I friggin' love that movie.
And now that's the one where they find all the best hunters across.
Yeah, so they end up on like a completely different planet.
Yeah.
And somehow they come across Morpheus at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not sure why or how, but that's a thing that happens. This is kind of what I was expecting from last year's Predator, but just slightly better.
Yeah.
But I didn't get even close to this. Now, when you go... this is how you go when you're ranking the heroes of Predator, right? Like, just chronologically. You're going Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah. Number one, baby.
Then you're going, right, next movie...
Donald Glover.
Danny Glover. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Then they go... Adrian Brody. It's like the... and somehow, skinny Adrian Brody managed to be... quite a convincing lead action hero in this particular movie.
That's fair.
This is the Predator movie that I like. It goes Predator, Predators, Predator 2, nothing else counts.
Nothing's in canon.
Nothing else is in canon. But I
it's
really
in the
did
DC universe.
I really did like this movie. I like what they did. I like the world they created. I like some of the crazy characters that they had in there as well. Danny Trejo's in this goddamn movie.
I don't even know who that is.
How do you not know who Danny Trejo is? Google Danny Trejo, and I guarantee you'll know who Danny Trejo is.
Oh. It's not spelled how you think it would be.
It's Trejo.
Oh, yeah. Machete.
Well, yeah, I should have
just said
machete.
Machete. I want to review Machete. I love those movies.
Okay. Maybe one day we'll review Machete as well. Terrible movie.
Guess what my next choice is? Just made it up. Machete.
Machete.
And Machete Kills. Grindhouse movies.
Yeah.
Released as a double feature with Robert Rodriguez did this, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
And what was the other one that he did? It had the Rose McGowan.
No. So that was Death Proof and Planet Terror. They came out together. And in those two movies, there was the preview
for
Machete, which he then made into an actual feature film for some goddamn reason.
Oh my god, it's so good, Troy.
Is it?
I love it. I know it's and like the scene where he gets a Harley from a nun who gives him a big ass chain gun.
Yeah.
Just somehow fits it onto the top of his Harley.
That's just how they work. Harleys are custom built for anything.
Didn't you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just jumps up off a ramp and is just gunning down the who is it? It's it's not the Prime Minister. It's like the...
Is it like the president?
No, it's not is it the president or is it who's running Texas?
No, I can't remember. It might have been the governor or something.
Yeah,
I
think it was the governor of Texas.
Yeah.
So good.
Look, what I got in that 2-minute preview...
Trainwreck Lindsay Lohan is in this movie.
Is she in this movie?
Yeah.
Who's she?
She is like the...
I know Jessica Alba's in this movie.
Yeah,
and that
she
instantly ups the quality of a movie by at least half a point.
Definitely.
To a whole point.
Yeah. Well, this actually had a nude scene with Lindsay Lohan.
No one wants that. That's instantly down half a point.
It's lost that point.
Anything it came from Jessica Alba.
I'm not saying it's gaining anything, but yeah, it definitely had her in it. And it was the governor's daughter.
Right, okay.
And he went and banged the governor's daughter and wife.
Right.
And filmed it and sent it to him.
Machete.
Machete does it again.
Oh, he does it again.
Machete bangs. And get this. This is in canon for Spy Kids.
Is it?
Yes, it's the same character. So Machete is in Spy Kids and plays the same person.
Does he?
Yep.
I don't think that's true.
No, it's true.
I'll go and check it out. I will dead set watch goddamn Spy Kids.
Do it.
Just for this.
Yep.
And I'll come back and report to you guys next week as to whether that's true or not. Probably just going to Google it, but I'll check it out. Machete is a pretty bad call.
Machete is probably the best call.
Because that 2-minute trailer was amazing.
This is not a guy you want to fuck with.
It was just, but to make that a feature-length movie was a bit rough.
No, it's the best.
All right. Agree to disagree, but kind of agree. I don't hate it.
Yeah. Means you love it then.
Yeah. You know a movie that's like not really that good when you really go back and watch it, but when you first saw it, you're like, holy fuck, that was the best thing that ever happened. And it spawned an entire action career for a 60-year-old man. I'm talking about Taken, baby.
I was going to say, is it Taken?
Yeah.
Because Taken is boring. It's slow.
I wouldn't say that, but I will not say that.
Yeah.
Look, it's the first time I saw this, I was like, holy shit, this is the best thing I've seen. And then I've watched it a few more times.
And then you see how many cutscenes there are?
Yeah. I still really like the first Taken. That's why it's on the list. I think as far as like this type of action movie and what it did for Liam Neeson and they make Liam Neeson run.
Yes.
And you know when you're 60 years old and you got a Liam Neeson dick.
Indeed.
You got some...
He's not limping because he's sore.
Yeah, exactly. He's being dragged back every step he takes forward. But what they did with this movie, like there are some terrible moments in it. But overall, if this movie's on TV, I am watching this whole thing from start to finish. Just purely, man, like some of the stuff, like even though there's like 30 takes for Liam Neeson to jump over a fence.
Yeah. It's like the famous scene.
Yeah. It's insane. But for every one of those, there's like a really good scene, or there's like a 30-year-old woman trying to play a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Fair call. That's a good pick.
Sequel's not great. Taken 2's okay. Taken 3's pretty terrible.
Taken 3 is the worst one.
But I love Taken, and I'll watch it every goddamn time.
Good pick.
Thank you.
Very good pick.
All right. How are we going for time? What else? How many more you want to run through?
I reckon we do 2 more each.
Okay. Two more, no more.
Can we? How about we do 2 and we shotgun 1. Let's do a shotgun 1 right now.
Okay, you go.
Triple X.
Oh, terrible movie.
Troy, the first one was amazing in its own right. It's X, capital X, little x again.
Yeah, that doesn't change.
I don't know. I'm just trying to make it. Look,
I'll take the Ice Cube one over this one.
Really?
Any day. Hell yes.
Man, you're crazy.
Triple X State of the Union? Are you kidding me?
Damn.
Yeah. Have you seen Triple X The Return of Xander Cage?
No, I haven't.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah?
So you don't have to spend any money on it
Okay.
other than the money you're already spending to have Netflix. I have not seen it yet. I don't want to, but apparently it's pretty bad.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Just to see how bad. This movie was not good.
It was good.
Tell me why.
Troy, this movie it's kind of ridiculous. And this is Vin Diesel coming off the hype of the very, very early Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
He was an action star.
Yeah.
And they tried to really force him into it. And they also tried to play him to be like a massive playboy. Like a real ladies' man. And he doesn't look, he doesn't have that look. He doesn't have anything kind of going for him in that type of sense.
Well, ladies and fellas, let us know if he does. Because I don't think he does.
I don't think he does.
Yeah.
But the movie's fantastic, Troy.
Hey, here's the thing. Let's get what's cool right now. Extreme sports.
Yeah. What about snowmobiles?
What's also cool right now? Oh, that Vin Diesel had a good movie that one time.
Let's put Vin Diesel on a snowmobile.
Let's get the biggest dude we can possibly get on screen right now and make him an extreme sports star / international man of mystery.
Yeah.
What a premise for a movie.
Hey, look,
that
Troy,
happened.
it boosted snowmobile sales rates like there's no tomorrow.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the
No, it
thing that
really
happened.
did.
All right, I'm going to shotgun one.
Okay.
Since we were supposed to be shotgunning.
Yeah.
But Sucker Punch.
Ooh.
Not a great movie. as far as the story goes.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, but it looks fantastic.
It makes no goddamn sense.
But I'll watch it every time.
I will 100% watch this movie.
Because one day I'm going to figure it out. Oh, now I get it.
And you're going to realize that Zack Snyder is the genius that everybody has been saying that he is this entire time.
I'll be on my deathbed and I'll finally figure it out, and I won't get to tell anyone with my last breath.
Yeah. This has some of the coolest action sequences that you're going to see.
The massive samurai.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Bro, it's amazing. This movie, like, visually, I can't get enough of it. This is a movie that if it is on TV, I will watch it. Whether I have the sound on
is another story.
Yeah. Because the story is strange. Like, it's very weird. It is very hard to follow. But for a movie that I know I'm supposed to be shotgunning, Sucker Punch, man, visually spectacular. I could literally just watch an extended action sequences clip of that movie.
You could just watch a highlights reel.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
1000%.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So, 2 picks.
Okay.
To go, Troy.
Okay.
Leave your best one for last.
Ooh, okay.
Because my last one is going to rock your world.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so my second last pick is the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Oh.
I fucking love this movie, Troy.
Do you?
You know what? This is my favorite Fast and Furious movie.
What?
Yeah, I just love it.
Look, I don't hate it. And I was trying to find a way to get a Fast and Furious movie on this list, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I love it, man. Just
what do you love about it? Is it Lil Bow Wow?
Yeah, he has a Hulk car.
He does.
I saw that and I was like, that's disgusting. But no.
Is it the line DK? What does that stand for?
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm the Drift King.
Drift King. And you're like, no.
No.
Get away from me.
That's the worst name I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Did you give yourself that nickname? You gave yourself that nickname, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gave us Han.
It did.
Premium Light.
Yep. Han Solo.
Yep. Still, that car is a mystery.
Yeah.
It's a, like, what kind of car was it? Was it an MX-5? Was it something else?
It's a Daihatsu Charade.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
It was a Toyota Hilux.
Yeah, definitely.
Just had a custom body kit on.
Yeah. What is this, Far North Queensland?
Yeah, it has to be. But yeah, I love Fast and Furious, man, because like at that time when that movie came out, I was like a real hot rod, a little hoon.
Well, you did have a WRX.
Yeah, I did have
I remember.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, I'm furious. I'm definitely not fast. But this put like
Fat and Furious.
Yeah, Fat and Furious.
Yeah.
Fat and Curious.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, hey, what are you eating?
You're
gonna eat that?
Are you gonna finish that?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about.
Yeah.
But this put drifting like on the map.
It did.
It really did.
It might have already been on the map, but we didn't know about it.
Yeah, no, it was like, it wasn't really even a thing in, I guess, mainstream motorsport. It was massive over in Japan and all that.
Yeah.
But over here, it was like nothing. And this movie came out and people were like, that's cool, man.
Yeah. Hey, remember when Fast and Furious used to be about car racing?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That used to be a thing.
I think this was like one of the last pure forms.
I think it was the last one. And
Yeah.
then like from 4, they're just like, nah, we don't actually have to do races anymore. We're just criminals or whatever we are.
Yeah, that's it.
We're good guy criminals.
And then Vin Diesel shows up at the end.
Yeah, and brings it all together because you're like, is this even related?
And then he says, I've got nothing but time.
And then nothing happens. You never see any of those people again except for Han. What happened to the white kid?
He's gone, man.
What happened to friggin' Little Bow Wow?
Who knows, man?
Why didn't they join the crew?
Yeah.
What was so good about Han?
Did he graduate from like an overseas
Japanese
school?
college?
Yeah.
Did he?
I don't know.
No one knows. I want that movie.
Yeah.
Give me that movie. The sequel to Tokyo Drift, where it's just that kid goes about his life.
Yeah, I like that.
He goes back home and just
goes back to his Navy SEAL dad.
Yeah, has to pick up the pieces of having a degree that doesn't work in his country. You know, that sort of stuff.
Then he has to go to TAFE and like relearn all those skills.
Yeah.
Or, like, even though he knows those skills, but you know,
has to do a bridging course.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've all been there, pal. Hey, that's not a bad choice because I don't dislike Tokyo Drift. I just wouldn't say that I love it.
I love it.
Okay, that's good. All right, so we've got 2 choices left, right? Well, I don't know how to do this. All right, okay. All right. I know what I want to say for last.
Okay.
So I'm going to go a little bit more nostalgic.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to talk about the movie because, again, we're talking about crap movies. And I've already mentioned Steven Seagal. So I'd be hard-pressed to not mention the other 80s action star, 80s/90s action star that changed my life. A little man by the name of JCVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and a movie that I like to call Kickboxer.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody does because it's the name.
Yeah, I guess that's what it goes by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be on your list.
Man, this movie, having watched it recently, is actually a terribly put-together movie. But I don't care because I love it and it still gets me hyped every time I see it. There's the part where he's kicking the banana tree. He kicks the banana tree down, Cade.
How?
With his legs.
Oh my God. Lieutenant Dan, you're back.
There's a part where, you know, the infamous drunk dancing scene with the Thai girls, and then there's like the box on. They box on for a bit in there. And he's just trying to teach him that, hey, you can still fight when you're drunk, which is a dead set lie. But hey, it's Kickboxer.
Yeah.
There's the part where he's like...
See, the problem was you're throwing punches and not kick punches.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you know the ultimate move? Yeah. Kick punch. There is a part where, you know, they obviously do the whole stretching of the legs with the ropes.
Yeah.
There's all that sort of stuff. The start of this movie is pretty terrible, where you've got like a young Van Damme. Like all of it, it's like, man. It's so bad, but it's so good. And Tong Po, who is like he's like the main bad guy. He's the one that like paralyzes Van Damme's brother.
Oh.
Yeah. Bad guy.
And he did it on purpose.
He did it on purpose. And Van Damme walks in on him in the change rooms, and he's just kicking a pole.
Wow.
He's just kicking it with his legs.
It's like, yeah, you like this?
Yeah. So anyway.
Nice.
Kickboxer is an amazing movie.
Okay.
Terribly bad if you watch it now, but I will, again, it's one of those things. If it's on TV, man, you know I'm going to watch this thing.
Very good.
What's your final? This is the one. This is the one that's going to change my life, apparently.
This is the one, and you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it.
Okay.
Problem is, you might love it too much to realize that it's not that great.
Oh, God,
now,
there we go.
This is a 1987 movie.
Okay.
It's sports-based. It's a sports drama.
Oh, don't say Mighty Ducks.
No.
Oh.
No. Troy, if you were struggling to earn some money.
Yeah.
And let's just say you used to haul things across the country.
Right.
What would you do to make some money? Would you perhaps arm wrestle?
This can't be my number one as well.
Arm wrestle.
It's over the top.
It's over the top.
That's
baby.
my number one, baby.
Oh, yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Over the top. Let's talk about it.
Oh, how could you not have this goddamn movie on your list somewhere?
Oh,
it's amazing that we both had it as our final picks.
That's the best.
Over the Top is legitimately one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's so good and it's so shit.
It's so terrible.
Okay. Let's talk about it, Troy.
Okay.
So, Sylvester Stallone, he plays Lincoln Hawk, and he's a struggling trucker who he does arm wrestling on the side to make a little bit of extra cash, Troy. And what happens when he comes up to the I guess the American arm wrestling championships?
Yeah.
What's the final prize?
It's a truck.
And he needs a truck.
He just happens to need a truck. He's been arm wrestling. You know what? He knew this day was coming.
Yeah.
He knew that one day he was going to need to like arm wrestle his fucking dick off. He was going to have to arm wrestle his dick off to win a truck because he knew his truck would be shit.
Yeah.
And he knew that at some point in the future, the American Arm Wrestling Championships were going to do exactly that. He had a thing set up in his car.
Oh, the chain and
the chain thing.
Oh, so good.
This movie changed my life. It made me want to like
arm wrestle every motherfucker.
Arm wrestle, lift weights, all of it. This movie is so goddamn good.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Troy, it was the World Arm Wrestling Championship.
Was it the World Arm Wrestling?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Okay.
So he was qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like you knew shit was getting serious when he turned his peak cap backwards.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit's about to get real. And then it's like, what happens in the end? He has to go over the top. And what's over the top mean? It's like a special technique. And for arm wrestling,
it doesn't actually help.
work at all. We've tried it many times. I'm pretty sure we actually had like many arm wrestling matches
Yeah.
where I would scream, it's time to go over the top. Do the move and still lose.
Yeah. I feel like it worsens your grip.
Oh,
Big
1,000%. Yeah, there is nothing. It's just it looks cool on screen, I guess, as far as twisting your hand slightly different can look cool on screen.
Don't see how it's in the rules.
Well, I don't see how it's not in the rules.
Well, I guess, look, I'm not an a world arm wrestling championship
it's true,
judge.
You're not.
I've tried.
Yeah.
But they said, sorry, sir, you're too fat.
Yeah.
And
I just kicked you off.
And yes, I'm still going to be eating the steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think you can move your hands after you've started engaging in a said arm wrestle.
No, I think you can, because like it doesn't matter if your grip starts to like loosen, because you can have like hands that are like barely holding anymore, but you can still like win.
Oh, Troy, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
The grand prize was $100,000 and a new truck.
Oh, there was money involved. I forgot there was money involved.
Because he had a wife who was like sick.
Yeah, she was sick, and her dad, or the kid's evil granddad, was trying to take the kid away from him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, the only way that the government will let me keep my kid is if I've got $100,000 and a new truck.
Then he looks like he's in a bar, and he looks to the left, and there's a poster. Win $100,000 and a truck.
And a truck in the World Arm Wrestling Championships. He's like, holy shit, I've been arm wrestling this whole time. I'm ready to go. And then he just starts like arm wrestling dudes. And there's some big monsters in there. There's some like ex-wrestlers. There's some professional arm wrestlers in there as well.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll tell you what. Hot tip. Here's a little bit of a bonus for you, Cade, if you will.
Yes.
There is a documentary out there. It's called Pulling John. And I know that's a terrible name for a documentary, but it's all about professional arm wrestling. And it is the best goddamn documentary I've ever seen in my life.
Amazing. I'm going to go watch it right now.
Watch it. You'll find it somewhere. It'll be at least on iTunes. It's called Pulling John, guys. Check it out. Also, if you haven't checked out Over the Top, why?
Yeah, it's the best.
This is literally...
How often do Troy and I have the same number one in a list? I think this might be the first time ever.
Never. It's like it's never happened where we've gone, you know what, we both agree on something.
Yeah. Amazing.
Especially this high.
What a beautiful... It's a Valentine's Day miracle.
It's a Valentine's Day miracle. There's love everywhere in the world.
Especially for this movie.
Absolutely. So we said Over the Top was our favorite crap movie of all time. What did we ask the listeners this week, Cade?
We asked the listeners, what is your, I guess, favorite movie that you think that... Well, I guess... Let me rephrase this.
Yeah, there was an actual question, but...
You read the question.
You can just riff off it.
Yeah, I'll riff. Hey guys, what movie do you love that other people don't think is that good, but you like it too? So
yeah, that's pretty close. It's just basically what's a movie that you know is crap, but you still love.
I think I described it very well.
Absolutely. So here's what we're going to do, as we always do. I'm going to read them to you, and you're going to say whatever it is you say, whether they're right or wrong. Joey DiCarlo says House of the Dead. Have you seen House of the Dead?
Oh, let me do a quick Google.
So, this is one of the many movies made by U-Bowl that are absolutely terrible.
Oh my god, this has 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm talking like 1.2 on IMDb and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
No good.
So, but
which makes it perfect.
No, yeah, you've got to see it, man. Like this movie is so shit, but it's good. And as Joey DiCarlo said, he loves it. It's so freaking terrible, and that's what we're all about. Jared Noakes says any of the Resident Evil movies.
Oh, that's fair.
I thought the first one was good.
The first one was good. The first one had a laser hallway.
It did have a laser hallway.
And that's all I remember.
It had Mila Jovovich was also in it.
She had a multi-pass.
Yeah, she did. Thomas Hall says Spider-Man 3 for a long time actually used to be my favorite movie of the Raimi Spider-Man movies.
That's fair. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
All right, well, you're the one deciding, I guess. Yeah. So, Stephen Kroon says Street Fighter, it's a steaming pile of dog shit, but God, I love it.
And we all do.
I do not. That movie is terrible. That movie is terrible.
Troy, I thought it'd be right up your alley. Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, Kylie Minogue is in it, for starters. No British actress that they could have possibly have gotten for Cammy.
Nah.
They're just Kylie Minogue.
Great pick.
Hey, here's the thing. Let's get Raul Julia, the guy from the Addams Family, as the main guy whose name I can't forget. What's his name?
Who knows?
The main bad guy.
Yeah.
I want to say M. Bison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But let's not forget Steven Seagal. Jean-Claude Van Damme as All-American Army guy Guile.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Air Force guy, whatever he is.
So good.
Okay, Rachel Webb says both Mortal Kombats.
Good pick.
I think Annihilation is actually a bad movie.
Which makes it perfect for this list.
Chris Sutherland says Iron Man 2. Crap movie that he loves.
Fuck you, Chris.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Fuck you, Chris. Charlie Keenan says Far Cry, the movie, or maybe Blank Man.
I never even know they made a movie.
Yeah, so Far Cry is another U-Ball movie, which I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
And I'm definitely going to check it out. 1,000%. Blank Man was that superhero movie that starred one of the Wayans brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Damon Wayans.
And he had like a quilt for his cape.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
And he actually wore underwear on the outside.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Fantastic.
Paul Prezula, one of the hosts of the Countdown Movie and TV podcast.
Go check him out.
Says,
Part of the CC Radio Network.
They are.
Fantastic show.
Yeah, okay.
Got to give some love, mate.
Oh, I thought you were like going to go on about how CC Radio was great. Their
that's
show is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to Cade. He knows what he's talking about. Countdown Movie and TV Review podcast. Paul Prezula says, The Predator.
I love that. Great pick. Wow.
Cade will judge this one correctly. I can only assume that he's talking about the original Predator movie, and Paul Prezula is the guy that thinks it's crap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm throwing
How
it
the
out
tables
there.
have turned. Wait, did he put the letter the?
He did.
Well, then you're wrong.
Okay, fine. Ken Nain says, X-Men Origins Wolverine. Sure, they fucked up Deadpool and the CGI isn't the best. Plus, it does no favors for the ever-failing X-Men timeline continuity. But I love Liv Schreiber as Sabretooth. We got to see a live-action Gambit. Most important, it's the casting of Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson, plus Hugh Jackman's dedication to the role. What do you say about X-Men Origins Wolverine?
It's not shit enough for it to be a bad good movie.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty shit. I'm going to say he's right.
Okay.
But it's not up to me. It's up to you.
Yeah.
What do you say?
He's wrong.
Okay. Jeremy Baylor says Batman vs. Superman. Batfleck is absolute gold, but the movie is a big mess as Brendan Fraser's career.
Oh, Brendan Fraser got sexually assaulted. That's not fair.
Oh,
I hope you feel bad.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
and he
God.
left Hollywood.
Oh, did he get sexually assaulted as an adult?
Yes. As did like Terry Crews. And
I
all
thought that was like, yeah, I don't know. I thought
Yeah.
that was when he was younger or something.
No.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Hey, Batman vs. Superman. Let's talk about that for a sec.
Great movie.
That is a mess.
Love it.
Jeremy, you're right in my eyes. Troy Allington says Ready to Rumble. That was a 1999-ish movie about wrestling. You remember that?
No, not at all.
Okay. Me neither, really.
Yeah. See, I wasn't a big wrestling fan unless it was arm wrestling.
Yeah, over the top, baby. It's time to go over the top. Got a couple more. Luke Alexander says all 7 Sharknado movies.
Never seen one of them.
I have to. I feel like at some point I have to.
Yeah, I feel like they're too big of a thing now.
Yeah. Gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Marie Holt says Speed.
Ooh, this bus can't drop below 60 miles an hour.
It's 80.
Was it 80?
Yeah.
I thought it was 60. Because 60 is 100 kilometers an hour.
Oh, maybe it's...
Maybe it got faster as the movie went on.
Yeah, maybe... someone tell us.
Yeah. Now, I'm intrigued now.
We could just Google it, but someone tell us. Take time out of your day to tell us whether it was 60 or 80.
I've used too many Googles already.
Stephen Kroon also says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Just a quick fix-up from last week where I said it gives us Bebop and Rocksteady.
It doesn't.
It's Toko and Razor. Whatever.
Wow.
I don't know shit about movies.
Yeah, you're the worst.
Luke Alexander came back and said, do yourself a favor, if you can find it, Boyfriend from Hell,
Never
with
heard of
Cheech
it.
in it. Never heard of it. Chris Vera says Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Lost in New York.
The second one.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to remember how it goes.
They're in the hotel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Donald Trump's in it.
No, it's not even good.
It's not even good. He also said Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill.
Never seen that.
Neither have I. I thought that was probably going to be terrible.
Yeah.
So I never did. And he also says Along Came Polly.
Along Came Polly.
It says rom-com BS, but Philip Seymour Hoffman is amazing.
Nah. Bad picks.
Adam Millier, who has told me that his last name is sounds like Miller, but with a French accent.
Oh.
So I can only assume it's Millier.
With the eyebrow raise and everything.
Millier. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, so bad yet so good.
It's hard to say.
Well, I would. The only thing I would say to that, and that's the final one. But the only thing I'd say to that is that I don't know if that classifies as a bad movie because I like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Is it crap?
No, you're wrong, mate.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Sorry,
Mr. Milieu.
Yeah. Try again next week.
What's happening next week? Because that's it for this week, pal.
Next week, I think we're going to try review
Mortal Kombat Annihilation, back to back, baby.
You want to do that? Or should we do a news episode? It's been a while since we've done a news episode.
Is there enough news? There's probably enough news. We could dig through. I'm sure we've got something on the list, but if we don't, we'll do one of those two things. That's going to happen. Either a Mortal Kombat double feature or news. A news catch-up. Maybe we'll put a poll up.
Yeah.
And see what people want.
Yeah.
In the listener community where you should be if you're not.
That's right.
In the meantime, if you want access to previous episodes and the other fantastic shows on our network, head to our website. That's ccradio.com.au. You know?
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
Thanks for listening, you guys. As always, I'm Troy.
And I'm Cade.
And this has been Comic Confidential.
Cheers.
Peace.
Oh, would you look at the time?
I can't fucking believe we had the same number one.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's so good.
It's
I think we should just quit the podcast.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
We need to finish it now.
Yeah, it's just
That's it. Episode 162, the end.
That's it.
Done.
Perfect number to end on.
Probably 2 weeks from our 3-year anniversary.